Hello everyone and welcome back once again. This is your science teacher here, and this time I am here with the 5th chapter of grade 5th science NCERT textbook, that is acids, bases and salts. And students, this chapter will be in two parts, and this one is the first part of your chapter number 5th. Students, this chapter is very crucial due to the applications it has in science and the impact it puts on your future studies as well. Students, in our everyday life, we basically come across a large number of substances such as lemon, tamarind, common salt, sugar and vinegar. And students, have you ever noticed that they have the same taste or different? Or have you ever questioned yourself that what is the reason behind sour taste of the citrus fruits that you basically consume? Or what is the reason behind the bitterness and soapy in nature of the soap and the detergent that we basically use in our home? So students, in this chapter you basically come across all these questions, and at last you will know that what is the reason behind the sour taste of the citrus fruits and the bitter taste of the soap and detergent. So students, in this chapter you will get the answer of all these questions here. So let's start the chapter. So students, first of all we are going to discuss about acids. And the first thing that you must keep in your mind about acid is that acid has a sour taste. And student, this is the basic thing that make acid different from bases. And students, many food items of our everyday life like lemon, curd, vinegar, orange are sour in taste. And students, they are sour in taste just because of the presence of acid in them. Or we can say that acidic substances are the substances that contain acid in them. And students, natural acids are the acids that basically occur in nature. For example, acids found in fruits and vegetables are natural acids. Now students, the next important topic that we are going to discuss is about bases. Students, base is a chemical substance that has a bitter taste, and they are basically soapy in texture. And students, bases are basically present in bleach, ammonia, washing powder and soap. And students, the most important thing about bases is that they are also called as alkaline. So students, we can say that basic substances are the substances that contain a base in them. And students, whereas neutral substances is any substance which is neither acidic nor basic in nature, and such kind of substances are called neutral substance. Now students, as you can see here is a table that will let you know that the substance that we basically use in our everyday life, whether they contain acid or base. As the first one is here, vinegar. And students, as you all know that the vinegar is basically in sour in taste, and it contains the acid, acetic acid, and due to the presence of this acetic acid, the vinegar is sour in taste. Now students, have you ever experienced ants sting? Students, ants sting contain a type of acid that is basically known as formic acid. So whenever an ant bites, it causes a serious irritation over there wherever ant bite. Now students, all the citrus fruit that we basically consume like oranges, lemons, etc. are sour in taste, and this is because of citric acid. Means all the citrus fruit like oranges, lemons contain citric acid in them. In the same way students, curd is sour in taste due to the presence of lactic acid in curd. Spinach is somewhat sour in taste due to the presence of oxalic acid in them. Now amla are also sour in taste due to the presence of ascorbic acid. Similarly, tamarind, grapes, unripe mangoes, etc. are also sour in taste due to the presence of tartaric acid in them. And students, all the acids that we basically discuss here are all found in nature. So we can say that they are all natural acid. Now let's discuss some bases that we basically experience in our everyday life. The first one is lime water. Students, the lime water is soapy in nature or bitter in taste due to the presence of calcium hydroxide in them. Similarly, the window cleaner that we basically use in our home contain ammonium hydroxide. Now similarly, soap that we basically use for bathing purpose contain sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide in them. Now the next one, milk of magnesia. And students, this milk of magnesia that we basically use in our everyday life whenever we feel constipation related problems or heartburns, etc., then we use this milk of magnesia. And students, this milk of magnesia contains magnesium hydroxide in them. Now students, as you can see here the heading, indicators. Students, as I said earlier that acids are basically sour in taste, whereas bases are bitter in taste, soapy in nature. But students, we cannot taste every object by tasting or by touching it to find its nature, because some acids as well as bases are very dangerous in nature and they can be very harmful to us. So in that case, we use indicators to find out the nature of such harmful substances, that whether they are acidic or basic in nature. So in a simple words, we can say that an indicator is a substance that can determine another substance whether the substance is acidic or basic in nature. And students, this indicator basically indicate the presence of an acid or base in a substance just by changing their color. For example, like turmeric, China rose petals and litmus, all are natural indicators. And students, these natural indicators are used to indicate or used to test the nature of a substance. And students, all these indicators indicates the nature of all the substances that basically occur in nature. Now students, the first natural indicator that we are going to discuss here is litmus. Students, this litmus is basically a natural indicator that is generally obtained from lichens. And students, this litmus shows purple color in distilled water. And when we add this litmus to an acidic solution, it turns the acidic solution into red. And whereas when we add this litmus to a basic solution, it turns this basic solution into blue. And students, that's how litmus indicate that whether the given substance is acidic or basic in nature. And students, this litmus is basically available in a solution form or in the form of a paper strip, as you can see here, this paper strip over here. Now students, as you can see here, here are some common substances that we basically use in our everyday life. And students, you can check the nature of all these substances at your home, that whether they are acidic or basic in nature, by the help of litmus paper test. As the first one, tap water. Students, if you want to check the nature of your tap water, that whether it is basic or acidic in nature, then you can check it at your home. So students, if your tap water doesn't show any kind of changes on red litmus paper, and in the same way doesn't show any kind of change in blue litmus paper, then it means that the tap water that you are consuming is neutral, means your tap water is suitable for use. Now students, if you want to check the nature of the detergent solution, then just pour few drops of detergent solution on red litmus paper. And students, when you pour some drops of detergent solution on red litmus paper, then the red litmus paper will change into blue. This shows that the detergent solution is basic in nature. And when you use this detergent solution on blue litmus paper, then it will not show any kind of change. And this also proves that detergent solution is basic in nature. In the same way, students, you can also check the common aerated drink that you basically consume, like your soft drinks. So students, when you check this aerated drink on red litmus and blue litmus paper, then you will see that this aerated drink will not show any changes on red litmus paper, whereas it will show changes on blue litmus paper, and the blue litmus paper turns into red, and this shows that the aerated drink is that you are consuming is basically acidic in nature. And students, in the same way, you can find out the nature of all these substances. Now students, the next natural indicator that we are going to discuss here is turmeric. And students, to use this turmeric as an indicator, you have to mix this turmeric with water, and then you have to form a paste. And then students, you have to put this paste on the blotting paper, means filter paper, and then you have to dry it under sun, and then you have to form thin strips of turmeric paper. Now students, then after forming the thin strips of turmeric paper, then you can put the turmeric paper into the solution in order to determine their acidity or their alkaline nature. As you can see here in this table, here are some solutions that you can test at your home. As the first one is here, lemon juice. So students, when you put the turmeric paper into the solution of lemon juice, then you will see that there will be no change. It means that the lemon juice are the acidic or neutral in nature. In the same way, students, if you put the turmeric paper on orange juice, then it will again show no changes, and it means that the orange juice are the acidic or neutral in nature. Similarly, in the case of vinegar also acidic or neutral in nature. But students, when you put the turmeric paper into the solution of milk of magnesia, then this milk of magnesia changes the color of the turmeric paper, and the turmeric paper changes into red. This means milk of magnesia is basic in nature. Similarly, in the case of baking soda, and this baking soda will also change the color of the turmeric paper into red. This means that baking soda is also basic in nature. Similarly, in the case of lime water also change the color of the turmeric paper into red. It means lime water is also basic in nature. But students, when you use sugar or common salt, then you will notice that there will be no change on the color of the turmeric paper. It means that salt or sugar is either neutral or acidic in nature. Now students, the next natural indicator is China rose. Now students, in order to make the China rose as an indicator, you have to just keep the China rose petals in warm water, and then students, after some time you will get a color solution from that. And students, then the color solution that you will get is your China rose indicator. Now, after obtaining this color solution, you can use it as an indicator to test the nature of other substances as well. And students, this China rose indicator basically turns acidic solution to dark pink, means magenta in color, whereas basic solution to green in color. And students, the China rose that we are talking about is this one, and it is commonly known as Gudhal. And you can also make this indicator at your home. So, like the previous two cases, if you use shampoo solution with China rose indicator, then you will see that initially it will convert into milky in nature, then finally it will gives you the green color. It shows that shampoo is basic in nature. In the same way, if you use lemon juice to check its nature, then initially it will change the color of the indicator as dirty whites and finally turns it into magenta color. It means that lemon juice is acidic in nature. In the same way, if you will check soda water, then initially it will be colorless, but at the last it will change the color of the solution into green. It means that soda water is basic in nature. In the same way, if you use sodium hydrogen carbonate solution, then it will also change its color into green, and it also shows that sodium hydrogen carbonate is basic in nature. But students, when you use sugar solution or common salt solution, then you will see that initially the color of the solution in both the cases is colorless, whereas at the final stage the color of the solution will show no change. And it's proof that the sugar solution or common salt solution is neither acidic or nor basic in nature. And that's how you can make your own China rose indicator at your home, and you can check the nature of any substances, that whether they are acidic or basic in nature. Now students, let's move on towards the most important topic of this chapter, that is acid rain. Students, acid rain means when rainwater has increased the amount of acids, then we can say that it is acid rain. And students, this basically happened because of the presence of air pollutants such as nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide in the air, as you can see here also. And the major sources of this harmful pollutant is basically the oil refineries and the major industries, from where these harmful air pollutants liberated. And students, when these harmful gases, pollutants mix with the rainwater, then they form sulfuric acid, nitric acid and carbonic acid respectively. And students, these acids are very vigorous in nature. So when this acid rains comes in contact with the vegetation, animal life and even building, then they left their very severe effect on them. And that's how this acid rain forms in nature. Now students, the first part of your chapter number 5 is completed here with this topic. Now I will be come back soon with the second part of this chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.